Wait, what are we doing?
So apparently there's a misconception that Jordan Peele was the director of him opposed to producer. Given his relatively solid lineup so far, that may have resulted in a movie that takes the premise of football along with cults and actually does something with it. Instead, it makes a strong effort to draw you in with its supposed deep premise. Things that make you go, ooh, that looks interesting, like a man being tortured with a football, and a good old message about what people give up for fame. I hope to hell I got that wrong. If you've seen the trailer, that's about what you get. You wait around for those bits to happen because not much else does. Given its relatively short runtime, you think they'd fill that, but I think it's more like stretching it out so we can call it a movie. Tyriq Withers plays Cameron Kincaid, a soon-to-be famous football star, whose career comes to a seeming end when some very peculiar-looking fellow bonks him on the head. But despite his severe skull fracture, that's not stopping him, because we have a message about expectations. That's what's driving him. Who could not relate? And as luck would have it, he's contracted by a soon-to-retire football legend, Isaiah White, who he idolizes, to go to his private, secluded compound, engage in some questionable activities. But most importantly, the idea, the cost of what it takes to become famous, is so endlessly explained throughout this, you almost buy into the movie's bullshit. The big issue here is obviously no balance. It's trying so hard to draw you into its atmosphere, make you think it's intelligent. The opening scene does a decent job, when Cameron as a young kid witnesses Isaiah being severely injured on TV, and his parents tell him that's okay, his sacrifice won the game, and one day you can be just like him. By that I mean, we'll get a backstory when he lets his dad down, conveniently before he died. Only then would he go all in. But like I said, the intro does get you somewhat invested. Emphasizing sacrifice, lots of disturbing scenes and images, flashy stuff nobody could deny, but then you get to the end and realize, what the fuck? Watching a machine throw footballs into somebody who sickeningly enjoys it is memorable. That's why they advertised it. But none of that does any good if the lead isn't compelling. His family gets mentioned a lot, that's why he's doing it. It's his purpose. They quit being a thing early on. But instead of giving Cameron any real conflict or question what he's doing, he just does it. Until things get really dark and it goes beyond reason, but compelling he isn't, more so, I'll prove I can sacrifice, and my dad I let down wants it. Marlon Wayans has the same philosophy for Isaiah. I'd have to watch it a second time and that be self-destructive, but I don't think he utters a single sentence that isn't in the realm of I am football. It's the I'm proud of you, Cameron, when he does something right bit, lots of you don't have what it takes talk, and at some point he's even okay with the act of murder.
Positively shocking.
Speaking of murder and violence, even though this movie does have some intense scenes, it seems to hold back a bit too. Moments that put flashy stuff above showing us what happens because they think that looks smart. It's by no means a real issue, but at some point I wanted to see something that isn't football as law. Also, if Justin Tippin is trying to relate a message here, he's done a shit job at it. I'm not saying the messages aren't true, the cost of fame, but maybe save it for a movie that's kinda set in reality. This is just nonsensical schlop that eventually goes off the deep end to provide an ending. It comes out of nowhere for the most part. And the first time in a while, I kind of want to talk about that, as it somehow gets worse, so in case you care, spoilers.
Now we playing some football!
After a scene that's hard to make out involving sacrifice, again, visuals are the key, he finally decides enough's enough, but Isaiah isn't really keen on retirement. And I guess fighting to the death over a spot on a who gives a fuck team is the direction we're taking. I'm not sure what Isaiah's motivations were for training him. I suppose he's nuts. But after Cameron somehow wins, the true twist comes, as the new team are some bizarre cult who have been grooming him his whole life, and are in fact the ones who cracked his skull. If that twist wasn't obvious enough, you literally see the crazy individual do this early on with a distinctive hammer. The moment he got to the compound, anybody could deduce they're responsible. All they had to do was not show you who does it. Then it wouldn't be obvious. Not to mention, blunt force trauma with a massive instrument could have varying results. Potential death. So when you see the hammer again, I guess it's supposed to be a reveal. Kind of like how he doesn't sign up, takes the hammer and kills everybody in at least a somewhat violent manner. We're supposed to get something out of that. The head bad guy even gets pulled onto the altar by an unseen force. Explodes. All that repetitive shit for this completely random ending.
And you wasted my time!
It's unexpected, I'll give it that, but anybody can make shit up when the hero of the movie tears through a bunch of people who deliberately sabotaged his life. Well, there really should be some satisfaction. This movie is the result of no ideas, the outcome when all you have is fake messages and visuals. Everybody is one note, shock value is the main focus, to some that may be good enough, but I think overall embarrassment is the right verdict, so let me know what you thought about him down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please share it, hit the like button, consider subscribing, and if you really want to see more videos like this, you need to actually hit the bell, because when it comes to YouTube recommendations, probably won't come through. I'm the Analyst, and remember kids, being in a cult is usually bad, in case you missed that.